descendants of the Forsytes. The same might have been said in real life in November that same year, when octogenarian John Horniman celebrated the wedding of his grandson at fashionable St. George's Church in Hanover Square in Mayfair. The family consisted of 3 generations: John and his wife Anne, their sons Frederick and William, and grandchildren Annie and her brother Emsley, the groom. Indeed, soon after this event, family cohesion began to crack, and the tugs between modernity and tradition, freedom and convention, began to tear the threads that bound the family together. John Horniman was born in 1803 and, like his fictional counterpart, born 3 years later, was a tea merchant. Through his lifetime, he had risen from selling tea from a cart to running a global business, and Horniman's tea was now known in every household in the country. The success of his company was predicated on the novel idea of offering tea in sealed packets that could not be tampered with. A peace activist, an abolitionist, a supporter of parliamentary reform, as well as a wealthy entrepreneur and philanthropist, John was now 83, retired and living very comfortably but without ostentation with his wife Anne in Croydon, south of London. Riding around in his carriage, this white-haired old gentleman always greeted locals in a friendly manner and was a familiar and welcome sight. I have only ever found 2 photos of the eminent family patron. What we see is an elderly figure with a receding hairline, big, bushy eyebrows, long sideburns, bright eyes, and an avuncular look. People said he resembled Prime Minister Gladstone in face, figure, and nature, and indeed he had been a supporter of the great politician from the early days. When he speaks with the wedding guests, John addresses them with the antiquated terms thee and thou. This mode of speech is no longer fashionable, but is still used by a few older members of the Religious Society of Friends, the tight-knit nonconformist community that has no clergy and believes in spiritual equality between men and women. Known as Quakers, their values are integrity, equality, simplicity, community, stewardship of the earth, and peace. Their traders were thought to uphold the highest values and to never cheat you. Britain was a tea-drinking nation, and customers wanted the best and purest product available. Throughout the country, this particular Quaker was well known by reputation as an honest man, whose name was synonymous with one of the most popular brands of the period. The wedding guests are charmed by his benign exterior and his good nature, but what they do not know about him is his checkered, secret past as a bankrupt and an outcast. We know which family servants have been invited to the celebration and who is here from the family firm, but it is not clear from the records whether John's eldest son William is present at the wedding party. By rights, he should have taken over the running of Horniman's tea from his father, but he has been ill for 16 years now and needs full-time care. This is a private tragedy, not for public consumption. The person in charge of today's celebration, supported by his wife Rebecca, is William's younger brother, Frederick Horniman, director of the family business. Image was something that Frederick considered in all aspects of his life. Company branding mattered greatly for the promotion of his tea, and so did personal appearance. He had inherited wealth, but not social status, so looking the part was essential. He was always smartly suited and booted, and as he peered in the bathroom mirror, his reflection revealed that, although he was thinning on top, he had plenty of facial hair. Unlike his father, he embraced the arrival of photography and liked his presence to be recorded, so we have lots of evidence of what he looked like throughout his later life. In a very grand photograph taken in April 1891, he is pictured wearing a massive fur-lined coat over his suit and cravat, and is clearly balding with short, dark hair around the sides. Yet he makes up for what he is missing on top with a very smooth and well-shaped white beard and a magnificent dark handlebar moustache. So long are the handlebars that they travel east and west some way beyond his jawline. Frederick had another side to his life that has always been as important to him as the family firm. He was an inveterate collector. Indeed,